Meanwhile, protests have erupted at the parliament, especially with the opposition raising questions about the SIR as well. Parliament monsoon session, in fact, seeing black-clad protests happening. This is, in fact, in front of the Bihar Assembly, where the second day of black-clad protest is being carried out by the RJD as well as the Congress MLAs. Notices have been, in fact, pushed by the MLAs in the Bihar Assembly as well. What we understand here is that the Bihar Assembly has been seeing verbal spats between RJD as well as the party, the ruling coalition. Nitish Kumar and Tejasvi Yadav had in fact locked horns yesterday over the SIR. Tejasvi Yadav said that the job of the Election Commission is to ensure that they conduct the process of election and not to decide on who gets the citizenship. These are visuals coming in from the assembly in Bihar, where protests have begun over the SIR issue, and outside you can see RJD as well as Congress MLAs having placards and sloganeering against the SIR exercise being conducted by the Election Commission. Notices have been in fact been sent with regard to suspension of the working hours in the assembly as well. Nitish Kumar had in fact raised the issue about why the RJD was in fact bringing this particular issue to light, especially when the Election Commission was carrying out with its duties. Now, for more on this, I'm joined in by Samya, who joins in from the newsroom. Samya, protests have started again. It is day 2 of this black-clad protest that we are seeing at the Bihar Assembly. We are expecting protests also over the SIR in the parliament as well. SIR, just ahead of the Bihar elections, seems to be where the opposition now wants to rake up its campaigning also from. And at the same time, the entire exercise now shrouded in controversy, because after Bihar, some of the other opposition regional parties suspect that their states could be next.
Absolutely, Varghese. As far as the opposition party is concerned, they are continuing to build the momentum against the government on the issue of SIR, a special intensive revision of the electoral rolls on Bihar particularly. Whether the opposition parties in parliament is concerned or the opposition parties in Bihar is concerned, both of them have been trying to demand that the entire exercise should be stalled forthwith. They are raising questions on the viability of this exercise, especially when it's done in such a close, time frame. But as far as Bihar Assembly is concerned, over there yesterday also we did see how Tejasvi Yadav and Nitish Kumar were sparring over the issue of SIR. There were fiery exchange taking place between them. But interestingly, as per sources, the RJD is also contemplating to boycott the Bihar elections. Now, whether this is going to be viable or not, that remains to be seen. But RJD is of the opinion that if there is an attempt by the government by using the Election Commission to try and rig the elections, then of course, as far as the election process is concerned, it's not going to be feasible for RJD to go into an election knowing well that the results are going to be skewed. So whether it's Tejasvi Yadav building the pressure against Nitish Kumar in Bihar Assembly, or for that matter, a united opposition coming together in the parliament, in the monsoon session of parliament today, is day 4. And Congress-led opposition parties, all of them have decided to submit adjournment motion notices in the Lok Sabha and the suspension of business in the Rajya Sabha, demanding a discussion on the issue of SIR. They want the government to come on the talking table, but the government is in no mood to discuss SIR. They have allocated 16 hours and 19 hours respectively for discussion on the issue of Operation Sindoor. But when it comes to the special intensive revision of the electoral rolls ahead of the Bihar elections, the government is not inclined to have any discussion, but the opposition party is unrelenting in their demand for a discussion. They're not willing to give up on their plank of SIR just yet. They are going to be putting across these notices demanding discussions. Samajwadi Party, TMC, the Congress, the DMK, Aam Aadmi Party, all of them are standing in unison, demanding a discussion and demanding that SIR should be stalled immediately. Now, the question that they're asking is that why isn't Aadhaar card and Ration card being used as identity proof, which even the Supreme Court questioned the Election Commission about it. And they're also asking that why could the entire exercise not wait until the census be carried out? And why is there a haste in which the government is acting if there is no political agenda?
Samya, we are joined in by Rashid Alvi from the Congress. Rashid Alvi, you have the second day of protest that's in fact going on as of now, both at the Bihar Assembly as well as in the Parliament. SIR, the government seems to be in no mood to in fact discuss the issue of SIR as of now, but it seems to be one of those issues that the opposition want it to be discussed at any cost. Why do you think that a pressure on the current Parliament situation that we see over there, will it work, as the government in fact has not given a proper time for a discussion for SIR? Will it going to work, the pressure and the protest? Is it the only way to protest and find a time schedule from the government? Is there no other means to ask for this discussion in the Parliament?
It is now, as far as SIR is concerned, it is also not important to discuss on the Parliament, because in the Parliament there may be discussion under Rule 193. MPs will discuss, Minister will answer, and then it will be full stop. Democracy is dying. We cannot be silent. Why this election commission is doing all this nonsense?
So, Rashid Alvi, why exactly, what is the objective of the protest? If you think within the Parliament also it's going to be restricted, then in the Parliament with these protests, what is your objective? What is the, where do you want the discussion to take place then?
I am sorry, you are unable to understand why, what is the object of this protest. What I am saying, listen to me carefully. Even discussion in the Parliament will not give any solution of this SIR. SIR is killing our democracy. It is totally fraud. Election Commission and Government of India are together to kill this democracy. Election Commission says that Nepalis and Bangladeshis, they have entered into Bihar. On what basis Election Commission can say this? On the basis of government's report. Election Commission itself has no infrastructure. Election Commission has become a toy in the hand of Government of India. And they are deleting all voters in Bihar about whom they think that they can go against Bharatiya Janata Party. So definitely I call upon my all opposition parties to boycott this election if SIR will continue. Because I know the result. What will happen now after the election? Again after the election we will say, oh, Election Commission has done this and that. So why not before the election? We should boycott this election. And it is not only in Bihar. Now it will happen in each and every state.
So you see this as an effort on the part of the, are you saying this is part of an effort to disenfranchise a whole series of voters that traditionally might have voted for other parties other than the BJP?
My dear anchor, I have one video. Even those who have been appointed to submit the forms, they are making fake signatures. And they are submitting forms. And Muslim voters and other voters about whom they think they can go BJP are being deleted. So what kind of election will be held? And all media, including you, should come out to protest, not only MPs. It is not the responsibility of MPs and opposition parties to save the democracy of this country. It is the duty, you, me, and every citizen of this country to save the democracy of this country. If media Media can set this government right just in one day. But unfortunately, most of the media people, they are blindly supporting this government.
We are not supporting anyone. In fact, we beg to disagree on that. We are not supporting anyone. We're just telling what the issue is all about. And that is why we have your voice on our channel as well. We are giving perspectives of everyone on this. And of course, we understand the opposition perspective as well. And we understand what the government is also trying to say. But is the exercise in itself that is being carried out by a constitutional entity called the Election Commission? So, are you losing your trust in the Election Commission in any activity that they do?
Yeah, you are absolutely right. We don't have any trust. We don't believe this election commission. This election commission is working under the instructions of this government and BJP. You know, you should send your people to Bihar to find out the truth. So definitely it will happen in each and every state. And there will be no free and fair election in this country now. I am sure about it.
Well, Rashid Alvi, as of now, the exercise is underway. The voters list is being updated as such, and there is no way that this exercise can be stopped. In fact, it is being legally challenged at the same time as well in certain quarters. But what else can the opposition do, or what the opposition is planning to do when it comes to this, other than protest? Because protest, of course, you would create some awareness about your perspective, but anything else that you would in fact plan to do when it comes to these elections?
You know, opposition parties, we cannot do anything except to protest. We cannot do anything except to expose the election commission. We cannot put pressure on election commission to behave in a balanced manner.